In a quiet little village, a poor miller lived with his only daughter, Eleonora. The miller often longed to appear more important than he truly was. One day, while speaking to the king, he made a foolish boast. He claimed that his daughter could spin straw into gold. The king, being greedy and suspicious, decided to test this claim himself. He ordered the girl to be brought to the castle at once. The king led Eleonora into a chamber deep within the castle. The room was filled from floor to ceiling with dry straw. In the middle stood a spinning wheel. The king demanded that she spin the straw into gold by morning, or her life would be taken. Alone and terrified, the girl sat beside the spinning wheel, knowing she faced an impossible task. As the night grew colder, the girl's tears fell. Out of the shadows appeared a strange little man. His body was small, his nose long, and his clothes most unusual. Without explaining much, he began to spin the straw. The wheel turned quickly, and by dawn, the straw had turned into shimmering gold. When the king returned, he was astonished to see the piles of treasure gleaming under the morning light. The king's amazement soon turned to greed. He locked Eleonora into a second chamber, larger than the first and filled with even more straw. Again, the girl was left alone, and again, the little man returned. By the following morning, the second chamber was filled with gold. The king grew more eager for wealth, and his heart became darker with desire. The third chamber was the largest of all, its straw stacked higher than the girl herself. The king declared that if Eleonora could succeed one last time, she would become his queen. The girl sat hopelessly until the strange man appeared once more. This time, however, the price was heavier. He spun the straw into gold only after gaining her promise that one day, her firstborn child would belong to him. The king was overjoyed, for his chambers now gleamed with gold. True to his word, he married Eleonora, and she became queen. Time passed, and she grew happy in her new life. At last, she bore a child, a beautiful baby boy who filled her days with joy. For a while, she forgot the terrible promise made in her time of despair. When the baby was only a few days old, the strange little man returned. He had not forgotten the promise, and he came to claim the child. The queen's heart nearly broke. She begged and pleaded, but the man would not be moved. At last, he offered her one chance. If she could discover his true name within 3 days, she might keep her baby. Messengers were sent across the kingdom to gather every name they could find. That evening, the queen tried many names. Each one was met with the same response. The little man only laughed, shaking his head. The baby remained in her arms, but her fear deepened, for she was no closer to saving him. The second day arrived, and once again the queen tried new names. From the strangest to the rarest, she searched every corner of thought. Yet the little man laughed louder than before, spinning in circles with glee at her failure. The queen wept that night, for the time was running short, and her hope was nearly gone. On the third day, one of the queen's messengers returned with news. He had ventured deep into the forest, where he found the little man dancing wildly around a fire. While he danced, he sang a song that revealed his name. The messenger hurried back to the queen, who finally had the secret she needed to win. That night, the little man returned for the final time. He stood proudly, certain of his victory. But when the queen spoke his true name, his face changed from pride to horror. He stamped his feet in rage, shrieking in disbelief. In his fury, he struck the ground so hard that a great crack opened beneath him, and in a flash, he vanished forever. The queen's heart filled with relief. Her child was safe, and the strange man was gone forever. The years that followed were filled with kindness and wisdom, for she never forgot the dangers of pride, greed, and rash promises. The kingdom prospered under her gentle rule, and the tale of Rumpelstiltskin became a story told to children for generations.